Hi, my name is Kate. Welcome to my channel, and today I will be sharing to you a book review of the Audible that I've listened to. It's Forever Never by Lucy Score, and this is a 17 hours long. It was narrated by Ramona Master, published last April 2021. The main character were Brick and Remington Honeysuckle Ford, but I call her Remi. And the trope is a small town romance, it's a suspense, contemporary, and second chance. So basically, the summary is that Remi is a painter with an asthma, and she's a very special child. She has a high school crush, which is Brick. Brick is 8 years older than her. That's why when she was in high school, they cannot be together. But what happened is that Remi dated and became the ex-girlfriend of Brick's younger brother, which is Spence. And then at the same time, Audrey, the best friend of Remi, become the girlfriend and ex-wife of Brick. That's how complicated it is. When she was in the city to study for college, she became a famous painter, had a best friend who is a wife of the senator, but unfortunately, this senator is doing domestic violence to Camille, the best friend of Remi in the city. And when they are trying to escape, the senator tried to unalive them, but they both survived. And when the story came out, because Camille is famous and married to a senator, the senator tried to flip it by making it Remi's fault. And that's why Remi went back to the small town, which is present time now, to feel safe and heal from the unaliving incident. But now she is traumatized and is no longer like psychologically and mentally able to paint. And so Brick asks her what's going on, what happened, because now Brick is a police and Remi lied to him, but Brick knew that Remi is lying. Fast forward, they work on their relationship with each other. There's a lot of tough moment, but the thing is, they are holding back their emotions fully because Remi is insecure that Brick married Audrey, her best friend, over her. So basically, Brick chose her over Remi. So she was like, oh, brokenhearted. On the other hand, the reason why Brick is holding back is because now he is a police, and the chief of the police station is Remi's mother. Remi is the ex-girlfriend of his younger brother. Remi is the ex-best friend of his ex-wife, and Remi is now popular painter in the city, and he knows that she will go back to the city. So that's how complicated it is. But there were their emotions and feelings. They made a lot of spicy get back together. However, at the back of their mind, they're still holding because of all those issues. Until one night during Remi's parents' anniversary in his bar, they had a little bit of confrontation, and Remi walked out. Then Brick followed her home. They made love. Actually, it's a hate or separation, sex. And Brick dumped her. After 2 days, Remi showed up into his door and she proposed like the dating and take it slow. And everything is okay. Everything is good. Everything is perfect. Until one time, the dad of Brick, who is helping him investigate the accident or the unaliving incident in the city, found out how Camille was hurt and was like bruised and many things on her face. So when he caught off guard the senator, the dad of Brick hit him with a bat and took her to the small town, which basically made Remi, her family, and Brick become vulnerable become like now seen out of nowhere. So they called the FBI. They made an investigation, but they cannot pin the senator because of domestic violence. So what happened is that they have to find a pattern, which is like the money laundering, because he is using the campaign money for his personal stuff, and Camille has an evidence and gave it to the FBI. But there was a plot twist. The main hotel of the small town catch fire. It's obviously arson. And while Brick and the police were busy trying to put off the fire, the senator went to the house of Brick and Remi. He shot the FBI and the dad of Brick, took Camille and Remi, and then tried to escape the town by asking Remi to take a boat. But Remi was smart, so he fought the senator, and then Brick came, shot him, and rescued him. And then they come to their place where they like made love, and Brick proposed to her, and they got married. Epilogue, she became a famous painter again with a different name, and Camille married to the friend of Brick, and the best friend of Remi and the younger brother of Brick also got together now. They are now a couple. And when Remi and Brick got married, they had a twin daughter, and they also adopted a son. And that's the end. It's a very long and complicated novel or story. And now we go to the book review. I like the voices of Brick and the narrator. Yes, there is a narrator. But the voice of Remington Honeysuckle is not my cup of tea. And the way she spoke, it's kind of annoying, like, something like like, didn't like that. I also like that Brick developed with going out to his comfort zone. I love how Kim's marital issue was fixed. I love the Ford parents, how they take care of each other. I love the small town setting, and I love, despite their issue, they work it out, especially with the challenge of Remi being a back to the small town, but at the same time also want to be a famous painter in the city. I like their chemistry, the spark, the character development, and the suspense, along with the plot twist. I actually guessed it incorrectly because I thought the person who is doing like the death threats to Remi is his agent, her agent, but it was not. There's a different story. Also, but there's so many things, but it will be spoiler. Now with the dislike, I dislike Remi being obsessed with Brick. She's stubborn, she's a liar, she's prideful, like she's pure toxic and problematic female lead. I also didn't like how it's very long. I think in every Lucy score, that's the number one that I didn't like. It's too long. I also didn't like how there's too much complicated relationship. I was like, okay, the best friend of Remi get married to the guy that he liked. The brother of the guy that she liked is her ex-boyfriend. And then at the same time, it's like they end up being together. It's very, very like complicated relationship. Although I'm like, I was so confused when I was reading it. And there are times that I have to like speed it up because it's slow burn, it's slim, it's dragging, it's problematic, it's chaotic, and I don't know. I have nothing good to say with that, but yeah. I rate this story as 3.5 because it's a very long and complicated, and she's just lying and obsessed, and they're talking with their emotions and all, despite Brick is being a funny and sweet guy. Now, the spice, I would rate that 5. Actually, let me read to you the spices chapter. So it's 28, 29, 32, 36, 38, 46, 55, and epilogue. Those are the spice chapter. Do I recommend this book? If you like spices, yes, the SMUT is perfect. It's very steamy. But the story, it's too long. It's too complicated. I do not recommend it. And I think my Lucy Score marathon will end here, because this book, I didn't read anything before I read this, because I already trusted Lucy Score as one of my favorite author. But when I read this one, it was too complicated. It was too long. 17 hours. I don't know what happened. No. So that's Forever and Ever. And probably at this moment, the last book for me of Lucy Score. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.